morning. Well, we've been in Costa Rica now for 8 days, and we haven't showed you really where we're staying. So this is the Kia Bongo 4-wheel drive. It has the bed in the back. There is an option to add 2 single tents to the top, so you really could have a family of like 4 to 6 in this vehicle. We wanted to make sure to get the 4-wheel drive and the bigger space in the back, so that's why we went with this one. So let's come check out the truck. Okay, so inside, your pretty basic car, right? But you switch your 4-wheel drive over here. You could put a person right here and then in the back, and that's why you can have up to 6 people. It does come with a converter. Our trip didn't start with one until we had to go back and meet up with Nomad. And so just make sure that you check for one. Okay, so you can have your converter, plug it in right there, and charge your devices while driving. Okay, here's our back section. Normally this cooler is kept back here, and I'll show you. But we kept it here so that we could grab some things while we were driving. I mean, you could get this and go and camp in the same spot for a few days, but we use this to our advantage of just being able to go all over. So really, we were just staying one night in each location. So as we were driving, doing all that driving, we decided to put this in here so that we could have easy access to it. Underneath this section, this latches right here. There's a latch on this side, there's a latch on that side, and you lift this up and it has your basic car utilities like jumper cables,
fire extinguisher, flares.
Yeah, it does have a fire extinguisher and flares in a bag kept underneath here. So for emergencies, which we did pull out our jumper cables a few times this trip. Hopefully you won't have to. Okay, right here, this is not your typical under the hood battery situation. Your battery is actually on the outside of the vehicle. You have 2 batteries for this, and they're just down here. So this battery is for the truck. That battery powers your camper. Okay, let's come to this side. You have a ladder, which is obviously helpful if you have a camper on top or a tent on top. So we haven't used that. There's one of the windows that you can see. Okay, you have this storage locker on 2 sides. It is interconnected, so you can see all the way through there to the other side. Down here we have 2 chairs. This is your basic utensils, spoons, forks, knives. These are your cooking utensils, so spatulas and tongs. And a couple other things. You have your washing supplies in a little container with the lid. We have this out because we obviously
getting bit by ants.
Ants! Okay. Basic washing supplies, this is out because we just finished washing dishes. You have a shovel right here. You have a machete. This is your pots and pans. They all nest inside of each other and then sit inside of this bag. In this orange container, you have 2 lanterns. They do have plugs in there so that you can charge these.
If you want to make coffee
in the morning. Coffee, drink here, then you have one of these. You can also buy these. And then you have 2 stove tops. Inside of here, you can see you have the propane, gas, whatever these run on.
Butane, I think.
Butane gas. These hook up, yeah, butane gas that hook up to the cookers. You have 2 hammocks. You have little broom and dustpan. I was trying to think of the word. Broom and dustpan. This is a handle for all of these pots and pans because they all nestle inside. So right here you can see this just hooks in, so you can take it on and off. And then 2 hammocks and rope. Okay, in your second box you have your eating ware. Your plates, cups, bowls, smaller plates down there, and then you even have a few lighters in here if you find that you need those. Okay, so this is the other side. This is usually where the cooler was sitting. And then if you can see over here, we have the hose. This does come with a water tank. This is how you can fill it up. and most gas stations can do that for you for free. Right here, this just pushes back and you twist, push in. And inside here, this turns the pump on and off. Ta-da! Wash those ants away. This. Okay, then when you're done, turn it off the pump. We'll disconnect it and put it away. So you just push in, pull it out, and just make sure that the hose drains all the way. So this sits back here. We got a big roll of paper towels, knowing that we were going to be all over the place, so we kept that here. You also have a tatami mat. There's your space. This table pulls down directly from the truck.
Canopy has LED
This is
lights.
a canopy. Rolls out. We actually haven't used this because of our just one day in one place and oftentimes showing up at night, whatever. So we haven't used this, but this does roll out and it has stakes on the bottom. And then this next one rolled up over here is a changing room. So this one we have used. You just unzip it and it has poles that fold out, and connected to it is a cover, and it has a zipper. You can either unzip, or we just kind of ducked up underneath, and it's a changing area, so it was perfect. And then the last portion that connects to the outside is this step. There you go, and this just folds up and stores. So to put this back up, for the step. So this does come with a span. So you turn this and it opens. It opens a little latch up top. So when it's raining, you want to make sure that that's closed, or else the rain's just going to drip through. And then you have an out, so it can suck all the hot air out. So if you come back after a long day, what I would do is open this up, suck all the hot air out before you turn this on. And so those are just right here. There's a side that says out, side that says in. So for in, you have a high and low option. Here's your fan. All of these options are a power bank for inside the truck. This one turns on the functions to be able to charge your devices. So you have a 12-volt device right here. You have some USB options. You have a USB-A and USB-C, and then this is your voltage, and they said that typically this is going to stay around 12, so you want this to be around 12. When we had battery issues, this got down lower and we knew that something was wrong. This was the water pump that we turned on already, so I'm not going to turn that one on. And then these, let's see, this one is the light, and right here there's a knob. You can turn that light up, or you can have it low. That's the light. This is the water pump. All of these are outdoor lights. So you have outdoor, like outer lights, and then you also have one like a runner.
Running light. So you have that light up there that turns on, but you also have some lights down here by the tires.
And then you also,
so that way you can see where the steps are at.
And then you also, one of these goes to the other side has an upper light. Then right here they have a hanging bag, so we kept, you know, cords,
Electronics and stuff.
yeah, when we plugged our phones in at night, right here. Okay, there's a solid platform right here, and then there's a cubby, and inside the cubby we have more fans. These fans also charge with a USB. This can also be a light. Okay, so you have 2 of these fans. They also have these hooks on them so you can hang them, and then an extra bag. And then this is the bag that has the cords for the LED lights for the awning.
Okay, I also wanted to point out while Ashley's showing you stuff on the inside, one thing we missed on the outside. There is a place where you can plug into power. So let's say you're at a camping spot for a long period of time. There is, down where we showed you the emergency kits at, with the jumping cables, the fire extinguisher, things like that. There is also an extension cord in there. You can plug the extension cord into here and run that extension cord out to wherever you're staying. So if there's a place where you can plug in to camp, a lot of the places we've gone to, there have been places like under this little awning out here, there's an extension cord you can plug into, one of those surge protectors, and most of the places we've been have had something like that, so you can actually run power through that if you want, if you're worried about draining the battery. Especially like if you're going to be in a place for a long period of time, definitely recommend doing that and putting the awning out and the changing thing, all of that. We've just been on the move every day, and so we really haven't used that a whole lot. Okay, back to inside.
So back to our inside. All of our stuff is piled on top of our bed. Back there, that big box, that's where all the outer storage is. So the chairs and all of that, that's what that box is. So that's really nice though, because when we're sleeping, we've just moved all of our bags up on top of there and use that kind of as our dresser. So there are 3 windows right here that we also opened when we were sleeping, because you can get a good cross breeze. Nomad America provided this bag that had all of the bedding that you need. So we had 3 pillows with pillowcases, and then inside this bag we had 2 flat sheets. So we did have a flat sheet that we folded on top of here and slept on that for a little bit, and then used a flat sheet. But I mean, depending on where we've been, I think there are 2 blankets in here. I used one blanket one night, but all the other nights it was either nothing on top or just a light sheet. But it does come with the bedding. Doesn't come with towels, so yes, you can shower outside, but just make sure that you bring your own towels or buy some. That's what we did. We didn't bring towels because we weren't quite sure what we had, and we bought some. Lots of good space. It's been a good little camper for us over the last 8 days. Okay, and that's a tour of the Bongo 4x4 that we got through Nomad America. If you have any questions, if we forgot anything, just let us know. Comment below and we'll get back to you.